2K TV, we have the second annual Hey Guys Awards with some amazing prizes for you.
Oh, word? That's what's up.
Plus a sneak peek at what's to come in
All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Here we go. My first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Coming in off the road, the Pistons are back in Detroit for this game. This is their first chance this season playing the Jazz. They lost both of the matchups in this interconference battle a season ago. They'd like to change that now.
Yeah, a pair of losses for them in their meetings last.
Folks, and the fulfillment of a lifelong dream, a special individual taking to the hardwood as we'll get to watch the first official NBA appearance from Worthy.
You know, he's a great young player and even a better young man. So personally, I couldn't be happier for him. I know he's thinking about the game, but I hope he's able to take a moment to just enjoy this accomplishment.
Well said, and I hope so too. I mean, as a player, you want to stay even-keeled, but it's almost impossible. I mean, there's just so much that you've gone through to reach this point. It has to be emotional.
Utah's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter.
And Jody Meeks last season, coming off the best effort of his career the year before, signed a big contract with the Pistons. They thought he'd be their destiny.
And that's the very first basket right there, folks, of what is hopefully a very long and a very prosperous career from Worthy.
You know, there should be a lot more of those ahead. I mean, he's no flash.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which equal to transition points. Make the defense move, and let's pass up a good shot for a great shot. Let the game come to you. We're forcing the issue too much.
No one had more success at the foul line last season than this group of players. And you look at Meeks, second in the NBA, so great from the line.
He was locked and loaded.
Well, for Detroit, their last game, a loss to the Hawks in Atlanta.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanged off the rim. I mean, that's an easy way to get the home crowd in your grill.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Jazz?
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers. Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his MO.
And Van Gundy has always been a defensive first type guy, Kevin. I mean, the last 30 years, he's has probably the best defensive efficiency for a career as a coach. And his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball.
And Mack kicks it over to Worthy. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, with Freak Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
And guys, he's not the tallest or most imposing wing player, but Stanley Johnson has incredible strength and really unmatched confidence. One reason why so many were high on him in the draft.
Withy kicks to Burks. Wants to get it to Worthy and does. Cannot hit. Johnson with the defensive effort.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
And the shot is good. And for Johnson out of Arizona, Greg, his strength, as you were talking about, is his biggest asset. Helps that he has this incredible arm span. And Clark, you know what? He told me he likes to play the 2K game.
Yeah, he does enjoy that. He likes to play the real game, too, because he's hyper-competitive, and I think he's got a chance to be a superb defender at the NBA level.
Morris right side. They set the pick. Here's Baines. He feeds it to Meeks. Lock at 6. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Bullock. Rebound, Utah.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Worthy, the pass to Withy. Dishes it to Worthy. Now the feed to Withy. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Trey Burks checked in for Matt. There's 31 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And Meeks kicks to Johnson. And that one is hammered home.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Worthy against Johnson. 4 on the shot clock. Now here's Worthy, and it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Jazz lead by 1. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I can be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective from most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the...
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. We've got Jody Meeks, Aaron Baines out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Bullock, and it's Johnson in at the 2. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Fans had a hard time finding their way to the stadium last season for the Pistons at the bottom in several home attendance categories last year.
Yeah, that's right in Auburn Hills. Right there. I mean, they used to go a lot when they were winning championships. But to be fair to those fans, it was hard at times to watch the Pistons play. I mean, they could get cold and really struggle on their home floor.
Here's Baines, and it's blocked by Worthy. In transition, here come the Jazz. Here's Burks. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done. And for the Pistons, a lot of their woes here at home were due to defense. I mean, their 18-23 home record comes from allowing too many good looks for their opponents.
Meeks dishes to Baines. And it's denied. Here's Mack. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Johnson against Worthy. Pass to Mack. There's the triple. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
And the Pistons, how about starting out 2-13 at home? I mean, they did turn it around afterwards, going 16-10 to finish out the season. At least they seem to be headed in the right direction.
Outside Worthy. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. With this break in the action, we can show you the teams that had the most rebounds last season. In 4th, the Pistons.
It was really an impressive campaign for their bigs. And honestly, I think the whole team did a great job of getting bodies on bodies and controlling that defensive backboard. And we all know Utah is a very young team. Last year, only the 76ers were younger. Still very competitive given the age and the lack of experience from this group.
And it's Bullock missing. The Jazz on offense. Good momentum, 8 straight points. There's a screen. And a wide open look for Freak. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
And he came off that screen and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Good work defensively by Morris.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Inside, here's Baines. A good finish at the rack off the slick feet.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Meeks with it, and Worthy picks him up defensively. This one for 3. And the foul's called on Marcus Morris. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
And Mack kicks it over to Worthy. There's 49 seconds left in the first half of basketball.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Morris a screen. The dish to Meeks. Kicks it to Baines. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. Clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
Burks in the corner. To the inside. Worthy kicks to Mack. And Utah another 3.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Meeks. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Utah out in front as they end the second quarter on a 15-4 run. And we'll be back.
All right, listen closely, man. I've got a few things to touch on. We're going to turn this from a close game into our game. We got a spectacular boost from the guys coming off the bench, and that's huge because it should leave us with nothing but fresh legs as we get deep into this game. On the other hand, I was happy with the pressure we put on them with our D and the steals we got out of it. Let's keep that heat on them. And let me touch on tempo for a second. We're not out to use the whole shot clock, but I would like to see us get set up offensively. And that's all I wanted to go over with you. Let's go play a good half of basketball.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Andre Drummond has been sensational.
And how about his scoring in that first half? He just looked like a different player today, really on point.
Quite honestly.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth. Well, for the Jazz, they can just run out the clock. And so in the game for the Jazz, Worthy, he's in at small forward. Trevor Booker is out there with Jeff Withey. Then there's Trey Burke. Worthy, the pass to Withey. The drive by Worthy, and it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot, he'll go to the free throw line.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.